Hello, Alan.
Hello, Miss Letty.
It's a little cold today, isn't it?
Very much so, but then it is winter, but I'm grateful I'm here in Spain rather than in UK, where it must be a lot colder.
Oh, yes, that would be grey, miserable. Can we think of any other words to describe the English
Yeah, it's
weather?
pouring cats and dogs here at the moment, by the way.
Ah, right. So it's pouring down.
It's certainly tipping down, yes.
Right. All the
Torrential.
words we have in the UK for rain. We have so much of it. We have a variety of expressions.
Yes.
I used another one the other day. It's bucketing it
Oh,
down.
bucketing down. Absolutely, yes. Bucketing, yes.
So that's
Yes.
very heavy rain. So in England, we talk a lot about the weather,
It's
and
a daily
it's a
topic.
typical, yes, because it changes so much. So here we have three in a row. Three in a row where we have to answer questions by choosing a number. So your number now is number 5.
Oh, gosh. Well, this is ironic that you should ask me this question when I
Well, let's
actually
go
come
to
from
Spanish
England.
then. How often do you study Spanish?
I should think on average once every 2 days because I am doing my level best to get back into it again, particularly with Duolingo. And I must admit, they bully me every day about, not keeping up, if you like. So I almost feel obliged to, I think, gosh, I must get this out of the way and I continue. It's just like maybe 10 minutes, quarter of an hour at the most, but that's as much as my concentration span lasts because they're getting harder now. But I do try to study it at least, as I say, every 2 days. Sometimes I might do 2 days in a row, then I'll have a break, and then another couple of days. But it's getting better, slow but sure. It's a gentle reminder of many of the words that haven't used. And of course, if you don't lose it, you lose it, as I quickly found out. So it's been a good thing for me to refresh my ability to speak the language.
Right then. So you're saying that the application hounds you into doing your 15 minutes.
Yes,
So, our golden rule is 15 minutes a day, every day. So, not any more than that, just your 15 minutes, anywhere you want, watching something, listening to something,
yes.
reading something. So, the application is hounding you into practicing Spanish, and so you feel obliged to do it.
Well, I
Right.
do really, yeah, because they send me a text every day without fail.
Send you a little
Either
message.
congratulating me or reminding me I haven't completed a certain session or whatever.
Yeah, but we do need our little push now and again
We
to
do,
keep going.
absolutely. Yes.
Right, your next number 2.
Number two. How often do you post on Facebook or Instagram? Quite frequently. I think, yes. I mean, when you say Facebook, I use Messenger and Instagram and WhatsApp occasionally. And yes, I must admit, I never thought I would get gripped by all this, but I am slowly being sucked in, wanting to, I don't know, speak to various people and so on. So I'm using it pretty well every day, dare I say. I don't walk around like some people do in a complete trance with their face glued to their mobile, but I wait until I get home, or if when I get down, if I'm going down to the coast and I go in for a cup of coffee, that's a good time for me to sit down and check out the Facebook messages, and I can answer back. But yes, I dare I say every not dare I mean it can become an obsession, but I do find I'm on it pretty well every day.
But I think you don't actually post anything. I think you just use it as a way of
More than listening
communication.
and chat with various people. I put one on. In fact, I put one on just recently of my granddaughter, and great grandson. It was like a family photo,
Right.
So that I have put it on there before. It's surprising how many people replied, really, or looked at it, viewed it. I something like about 20 people viewed this. Yeah, there was no comments, but they did have a look at it anyway.
Well, it's also easy just to go click, 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 click. It takes a little longer to leave a message or a comment, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. Number 8.
Ooh, how often do you go to the doctors? Not very often, thank goodness. I must be say I'm very lucky that I enjoy good health. I'm quite an active, outgoing person, and maybe it's in my genes, my mother's genes, probably because she lived till 94. Not that she was all that well in the last decade or so, but on the whole, I'm pretty good. I have minor things. But I'm a great believer when I listen to your body, I always say, and if things aren't as they should be, then I feel I like to nip it in the bud and get it to the doctors and get it sorted before it gets out of hand. But I'm not one for taking pills and potions and God knows what else, because I think there's terrible side effects with some of these potions. And I will only go to the doctor if I really feel it's serious enough that I want a second opinion. You know, is this serious? And if it is, then they will, of course, transfer me, make an appointment with the hospital. So I have had minor things as a result as a result of visiting the doctor. And I'm glad I did. And that's why I'm here today.
Right. So from your answer, we gather that you prefer not to go to the doctors.
No, I don't really, no.
And only go when it's really necessary.
Absolutely, yes.
Sometimes we feel that when we go, we find out more things that we weren't looking for. And it's
yes. I said, oh my gosh, really? I don't know. Yes.
Once I
high
went,
blood pressure or whatever. But I'm very lucky.
Yes, health is so important.
Oh,
and
God.
also, once I went about a problem with my hand, and then they found something else that had nothing to do with my hand.
Yes.
So I find it like a waste of time going to the doctors. You have to ask for the appointment, then you have to go and sit and wait. So as you said, unless we really need to go, we prefer not to. There are a few
I don't think
people.
we value our health until something goes wrong, and then we do realise that, you know, how important it is to have good health. But we're lucky we can make an appointment on the computer, and you can go up there at the appropriate time and be seen to within, I don't know, quarter of an hour. It's not a case of waiting 3 hours or something. You can make an actual appointment.
So I gather that from where you live, there aren't that many people.
Ah, well, that's the difference. Yes, it's a smaller community. And of course, we have a medical centre right on the doorstep. So everything is tickety-boo, as we say.
I think where I live in my neighbourhood, we have a health centre or a GP surgery, and there are 10 GPs there.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And not that you have to wait, you can do your appointments online, like you said. But what I don't like is they write people down every 15 minutes. And normally they give appointments at 3 people per 15 minutes, just in case someone doesn't turn up. So if you get an appointment in the middle of the morning, the doctor could be running late. And so it takes you long. So I always try and get the first appointment, 8:30. And then I know there's only 3 of us who have got the same appointment, and there's no delay really to that.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I try and avoid what I call coffee time, because when it comes to 10, both the doctor and the nurse, they just go off and have breakfast down in the village. We're all sitting there like lemons, but they're going to have their break no matter what. So we just have to put up. They're going to be gone for half an hour, so you might as well go out and have a coffee yourself.
Right. Okay. So they take their break seriously.
Most definitely. Nothing will stop them having their break. You know.
Right. Then.
Lucky enough.
Number 6. This is for me. Right, this is for me. Right, number 6. Right. Oh dear. I always get the ones I don't like. How often do you say I love you? Right. Are we being honest about this? Are we being real? Not very often. I don't use these words very often. Maybe I show with my actions more, and I don't really say this a lot. I don't know why, but I think with my actions, people should realize if I have affection for them or not. And no, I don't really use it a lot. I
Well,
must
it
be
depends
honest.
on your circumstances. If you're on your own, like I am, then we've got nobody, not saying nobody to love, we have, but in a different sort of way. There's a romantic, I love you, but you could equally say to your grandchild, I love you, whatever, in a different kind of way. So it just depends on your circumstances. And as you rightly said, you don't very often because you don't have a partner, or maybe you have, I don't know.
Oh,
I never got into your love life.
no, but with my grandchildren, for me, a sign of love is when I give them a big hug.
Absolutely, of course.
So when I see them, I make sure that they feel the big hug.
That's
And then
right.
I say, well, I'm a bit fonder of the little boy more than the little girl. I
Yes.
don't know why, because maybe I was with him 5 years before the little girl came along.
Yes.
And I don't want him to feel like he's getting his nose pushed out. So I give him a big hug and I said, where's my little boy? And he comes up and he
Yes.
sits with me
Yeah.
next to me. So I show affection that way rather
Uh-huh.
than with words. Okay, so I am guilty of not saying it. I'm
Well,
guilty.
the question is, would you like a partner that you could say this to?
I don't like these words. I prefer the action, I think.
Ah, right. Actions speak louder than words.
I think so. Like a hug, what would you say in English? A detail? No, you don't say it like that. Like a little thing where they have thought about you and they've shown an act of kindness.
Yeah.
A thought. No, maybe we would say it in English because I know it in Spanish, but not in English.
Yes.
So if they do something that they know you like or you appreciate,
Ah, yes.
I
Yes.
think I would like that. Right, number 7. How often do you go to the dentist? Oh, this is another one.
Oh.
The dentist, even less than the doctor. The dentist for me is a nightmare. I've always been frightened of the dentist. I think I would go once a year. With the pandemic, I lost the habit. So before I would go for like, I'm losing my words today, to have a clean, a professional clean. I would go once a year for that.
Hygienist.
Sorry?
The hygienist will
Oh, yeah, that's the word.
pressure
The
wash your
hygienist.
teeth. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So I would get that once a year.
Mhm.
And then if she saw that I needed some more work, and then I would have to go back.
Ah, yeah.
But normally once a year would my thing. When I was a
Yeah.
child in England, it was a custom to go every 6 months, prevention.
Well, I take it then that you have most of your own teeth, unlike
I
me.
have them all.
I've only got two. I've only got 2 left. The rest are a denture, of course.
Oh, right. So I've got all of mine.
Oh, lucky you.
I've
Oh,
got
how
a few
I envy you.
spaces, but I have them all. And I have those things which are grey and they're called fillings or cavities.
Ah, yes.
I
yes.
have them. I have a lot. They did a fantastic job in England on those.
So you've
But
looked after them.
yes, but also I believe you are born with good teeth or
Oh,
not.
yes, 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 you're absolutely right. Yes, and your diet and whether you're eating, if you clean them regularly or you eat a lot of sweet things, whether you get tooth decay and,
Yeah.
oh gosh, yes.
No, but I think your mother gives you a good set of teeth or she doesn't. And then it's up to you to try and look after the ones you have. So you are not doing very good on your teeth, but you don't have to wear glasses and
No.
you're not half deaf like me. So what you've got, I haven't got, and vice versa. Right then, number 3. Oh dear.
Oh, this is a favorite.
How often do you go shopping for new clothes? Not very often. Maybe for different reasons. Now I have enough clothes even to throw away. because I don't really spoil my clothes. They last for
Mhm.
years. And unless I change my size, I don't really need anything. I'm not a trend follower, so I don't need that. And in the last few years, I've lived in tracksuits and pajamas, so
Oh yeah.
even less. So, for example, with my trip coming up now, I bought myself another pair of shorts. Oh, and I treated myself to something, don't ask me why, to a tennis skirt. Do you know
Oh
what they
really?
are?
Oh
They're like
right.
the skirt with the shorts in.
Nice.
I've never had one of them, and I just saw them in the shop and they were on offer. And I thought, well, nobody knows me down under,
No, no.
so I can wear what I want.
Doesn't
So
matter.
they've got very bright colors of peach and green and flowers and birds. And I thought, why not? I will treat myself to that.
That's
So
right. Yes.
shopping, no, not really. I
Well,
don't go a
you
lot
have to look for
shopping.
material things, isn't it? You're not a person that looks for material things. They've got to look absolutely immaculate, and they must have the latest gear, whatever, and it's got to
No.
have the logo Quicksilver on and all this business. Yeah,
That's
I
why
understand.
sometimes my daughters say, are you our mother? Because they love to follow fashion. They love to
Oh
go
well,
shopping.
it's a different
But
generation.
I think they got that from their dad more than from me.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Alan, that is our time of 3 in a row. I'm
Wow, my goodness.
that our viewers or our guests enjoyed our jovial conversation about
Right.
very simple questions.
Yes.
So, with your permission, we are going to say goodbye. And until next time, toodaloo.
Okay. Bye.